control your settings. There will be some situations where I'm going to be pairing you up with people to practice, perhaps if we have time, or just in the end, if we have more time, we're going to be doing some networking, so you'll be able to meet your tribe, just like I'm doing in my live events. So this is how the session is going to look like. We're going to be sharing the content, as much of the strategies and tips and advice as I can of how you can get promoted, even if you lack confidence. And you will be able to go away and take this advice with you and do this by yourself, or you can ask for help with that one. And I'm going to give you everything that I can in this short amount of time that we have together. And if you feel like you want to reach out for help, you will get the chance to do so as well at the end. And also, whilst we have, I think, about 45 minutes to an hour to do this training, you will still get the chance to ask questions in the end. So if you have any questions, please write them down and then ask them at the end, and I'll be more than happy to answer to them. So, okay, so after this short introduction, let's go ahead and start our training. Woohoo! So welcome again to this amazing training. We're going to be teaching you how to get promoted even if you lack confidence. So let me see how this works. Okay, great. So who is this for? This is for you if you're feeling lack of confidence at work, if you're frustrated by your inability to ask for what you want, or if you don't know your next career steps. So what are you about to learn today at this training is the 7-step method to achieve confidence at work. Woohoo! How to avoid rat race so you can finally have some work-life balance. And number 1 secret to your ability to ask for what you want. And you're going to learn why you struggle with next steps in your career and how to eliminate the problem forever. Woohoo! And I want to ask you, why is this important now? Think about it. Think about possible opportunities or the breakthroughs or the view when you will be learning all of these things. And think about possible threats that you are facing right now. And what about the common mistakes that you are making? And obviously, I'm not going to leave you dry. I'm going to tell you. So let's go into the first one. Why is this important now? What are the possible opportunities or breakthroughs for you? But number 1, if you learn this, you will build self-confidence. And then you will know your next career steps. You will stop all this confusion and being split while you're in transition here. And then you will achieve promotion and salary increase. So these are the possible opportunities for you and possible breakthroughs. In regards to the possible threats that you may be facing, maybe you're on the time when you want to buy a property and you know that house prices are rising and your salary is stagnant, right? Many people I speak to, they're saying, oh, it's not important for me to earn this much money. I'm not really focused on money. And yet one of their goals is to buy property. So how is this not relevant? And what about your debts? Are they piling up? And you're thinking about, you're fed up of just really always worrying about, can you not have holidays that you wanted to? And while all of this is happening, which is frankly, some of it is out of your control, you're not getting any younger. And you're missing out on opportunities. So these are possible threats. Maybe there are more. You write them down if there's any more. Share with us. Common mistakes. So why is it important for you to learn this now? So basically, perhaps you're making this mistake that you do not have a career plan in place that is aligned with who you are. And that sounds fluffy, but trust me, this is not fluffy at all. And you are not aware of your success blocks. So success blocks are part of the alignment with who you are, because you don't know with who you are, you don't know what's blocking you. And then you're wasting your time and energy on things that do not work for you. And we're going to be tackling that today, so you never basically make these mistakes ever again. So I want to ask you this question. If you learn how to get this today, more confidence, better job, team, better boss, partners or clients, better lifestyle, living your mission, calling, your purpose, and feel like you have more opportunities at any age, I want you to write in a chat box, would it be good for you to learn? I just want you to write it in the chat box. You find like chat box somewhere in the controls, click on the chat and write, yes, Anna. Because if you write no, then I'm afraid you're in a wrong presentation. So please, like, voice this for me. It would be lovely to see. So if you wanted to speak to me about all of these things, I will be offering, as I promised, a free clarity call with me at the end, where we're going to be talking about you and your challenge, and we're going to crystallize your path to success and eliminate your challenges in your own way, in your own situation. So I'm going to be offering this for you later on. But right now, I want you to think about this. Is there any situation in your career or in your personal life that is unresolved? And when you think about it, it really, really stresses you out. So you don't even want to think about it because, if you think about it, you feel like really, oh my God, what's going on here? It's like really difficult and you get frustrated. And if you focus on it and try to solve it, you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings or step on anybody's toes, and you don't really know what to do. Think about something that is really, really stressing you out in your life. It can be something from the past, like 10 years ago, it's still unresolved, or something that is more recent. So think about it right now. Focus on it for 1 second. Find something that's really stressing you out and it's unresolved. And I want you to just let it go for now. We're going to tackle this later. So as you know, ladies, my name is Anna Logan Riversby, and I'm Career Mastery Coach. And I help ambitious women in management find their greatness and turn it into a successful career and happy life. And I'm working with this amazing team with Mark and Magali Pesha, who are trained and collaborating with Tony Robbins and Chloe Madanes. And I'm a part of this amazing team that's changing millions and millions of lives globally, of the people who are turned around and focused on their advancement, who want to grow, who want to live a fulfilled life, and who want to be happy. So I'm so proud, and I'm really, really, really happy that I belong with these people. And I have found my tribe. I'm happy to report I do not have any toxic people around me. I work with people who are fulfilled, who are motivated, and who want to help humanity, who want to live their purpose through their careers and are successful in doing so, like Dr. Marsha Goldsmith or Rebecca Shamba, who I was dealing the stage with recently. So I have my own business. I have my live talks and events in London every single month. I have my inner circle of people, my clients, which is in a group setting or a one-to-one setting. So I am living the life that I always wanted to live. I have these beautiful holidays right now in a sunny country of Qatar, which I've never been before, which is about 44 degrees, and I'm loving it. You know what? Walking into the warm sea, that has never happened to me in my life. It's the first time. I just love the experience. It's so beautiful to be able to travel the planet and experience all these beautiful things and rejuvenate. And to have 2-hour massages. Yesterday I had a beautiful massage, something that technique I've never experienced before. And I'm so glad to be able to, and I'm privileged to be able to experience these things with the new people around. But as you know, we wouldn't be here today if I did not go through some heavy stresses, let's put it mildly, in my life. So basically, for decades, I've been working in a corporate environment that did not respect who I was and did not appreciate my talents, with a very toxic boss and a toxic team. And I've gone through decades of not knowing my next steps in my career, trying to get out of it, and experiencing insomnia, anxieties, depression, burnout, level 3, which means this is it, it's a top level of burnout, and suicidal thoughts to top it all off. So on the surface, back then, my life looked so great. You know, when you open somebody else's like a profile on a Facebook, everything looks hunky-dory. Well, that was how it was for me. Everything looked really nice. I had lots of fun, seemingly. I was meeting celebrities. I bought 2 houses in London. I had lots of money, so I was really successful. And all of my friends and family saying, wow, we are so proud of you. We are so impressed how you made it financially for yourself. And you know, in the background of it all, I had problems that I was dealing with. So all of that smiley girl over there on the pictures actually had these problems. My confidence was knocked down because all of these toxic people And I did not know how to get out of it. And I thought, if I get out of it, where am I going to turn? If I take the step back and take back the financial cuts in my career, what's going to happen with my properties? I'm going to end up on a street. And I was and I was struggling with these issues, and I was asking for promotion. I was not given the promotion. And still I had this bully boss and toxic team. And on top of it all, I had really toxic relationships. And when I didn't have toxic relationships, I did not have time for one because my job was consuming me. And I had another bonus problem. I was optimistic. I thought, you know what? I'm a strong, intelligent woman, well-educated woman. I can solve this all by myself. And you know what? Now when I think about it, seeing how busy I was with all of this work and problems, Jesus Christ, what was I thinking? I did not have a second spare to actually sit down and think about how to strategically solve my problem. And yet I had this mindset of, no, I can do this all by myself. I was very optimistic about it. And what did that bring me to? That brought me to the very bottom of things, bottom of the bottom. So one day, after years and years and years of struggle, I entered the really heavy depression and the burnout, and something called psychomotor retardation, which is something that happens when you lose control of your body. And I just couldn't move for a while, and then I couldn't go to work, so I lost my job and income. And one night it was 9:30 in the evening, and I'm standing in my kitchen, and I suddenly collapse on the floor. So I'm lying on the floor, tears have dried off my face, and I'm feeling this pain in my body, and I'm clutching my heart and my head, a really searing pain. And I'm thinking, you know what, if I wake up tomorrow morning feeling this much pain again, I'm going to go to the bridge and I'm going to jump off. And I'm seeing me walking to this bridge, and I'm seeing grabbing this green fence, and I'm just swinging myself over that. I'm not even waiting a second for somebody to see me or to save me. I'm just seeing it, grabbing it, and jumping over it, and I'm ending up in the cold water, and I'm dead. And I'm seeing that so clearly. And that night I go to bed, and I wake up in the morning, and a miracle happens. And I don't die, obviously. And the miracle is the story that I tell in more intimate setting when I'm in my inner circle. But after that experience, I just knew that I have to do something. I have to change something that I've been doing so far. I cannot go on tackling this on my own. I just obviously don't know all the solutions. I just don't know all the ways. And it is dangerous because this thing blindsided me. I didn't see it coming. I didn't know I'm going to react like this. I thought I can cope with it forever. But so I want you to tell me yes to changing today. So if you're feeling this, yes, I want to change today, I want you to find the chat box. Click on the chat box in your control panel and just type in, yes, I want to change today. Do this for me. Do this for me. It'll be lovely. Just do it. Type, yes, I want to change. And let's go. So now I'm going to be giving you the roadmap to confidence, visibility, and clarity. So these are the 7 steps I promise I'm going to be tackling. We're going to be going into those so you know how to do this yourself. So the first step, I'm just going to briefly cover it, is to understand and appreciate yourself and the world. Step number 2 is to get leverage. Step number 3 is to interrupt any destructive patterns that you may have. Step number 4 is to redefine the problem, and I'm going to explain this to you later. Step number 5, access the empowering resources and make the change. Step number 6, to condition new thought, new emotion, and new action. And then step number 7 is to check and retest for ecology. So let's go into a little bit more overview what each step means so you know what to do. So step number 1, understand and appreciate yourself and the world. The challenge with this one is that you do not have intimate knowledge of what's really going on. Now, everybody is aware of something in their life and what's going on, and they're self-analyzing, but you do not have strategic, intimate knowledge of what's really going on. And the solution for that is to actually understand every aspect of your world. And I'm going to go into detailed explanation of that later and how you can do it yourself. Step number 2, to get leverage. So the challenge with this one is that you know the solution, but you're not taking action, or you're not getting any results. And solution for that is to discover your personal must for getting results, because not everybody knows they must and they're not taking any action. Step number 3 is to interrupt destructive patterns. And the challenge here is that you most probably have pattern of thinking or feeling or acting that is limiting you in some way. And the solution is obvious: to find and annihilate the limiting pattern. Step number 4 is to redefine the problem that you have right now. So the challenge with this is that problem is vague, using the language or beliefs that make the problem unsolvable. And solution for that is to change the filter through which you see the life, and you use 6 human needs, not strategies and not tactics. And I'm going to talk about this in more details because I feel this redefine the problem step is really important for your advancement. And step number 5, access the empowering resources and make the change. So what's the challenge with that? Is once you start and doing something, suddenly you find yourself losing momentum. And the solution for that is to discover and deploy empowering resources. And the step number 6, to condition new thought, new emotion, and new action. And when you reach this step number 6, you're already a new person. You're starting to shape this new winning attitude. The challenge with that is to failing to anticipate any obstacles, any solutions or rewards that are lying ahead of this new person that you are becoming, your best self. And the solution is to allow the unconscious to take over. I know this sounds a little bit mystical to you if you're not into this line of work, but trust me when I tell you that when you become virtuoso in anything, in drawing, in doing the maths, in brushing your hair, you don't do this consciously anymore, don't you? You just are. So your conscious takes over here. So this is what we're doing in step 6. When you become your best self, you just do it unconsciously. And the 7th step is you have to always test for ecology. So the challenge is how to make this change last in a person's environment, in your environment. Because when you change yourself, you become this new best self, a leader. Will your environment, direct environment, act positively to this? Or will they get scared and start blocking you? So solution for that is to focus on growing your 6 human needs, to growing and contribution in your own peer group. So that is the only solution that will work really well. So as you asked in my survey, so thank you very much for everybody who has filled in my survey. You asked me to present some case studies of my previous clients who have gone through the similar challenges and used the 7 steps to solve their problems. So I've taken my clients Martina, Alma, and Agnes, and I'm going to be presenting their case through solutions of the problems. So thank you so much for asking, because I think this makes it really, really interesting to see how other people have dealt with the similar problems. So let's go and take the step number 1. Understand and appreciate yourself and the world. So why is this important to understand and appreciate yourself and the world? As I said, it sounds a little bit fluffy, but it's actually crucial, because understanding and appreciating yourself and the world is going to give you self-love, self-respect, and gratitude to who you are and what you have. And that gives you trust in yourself that you can do anything that you set your mind to. So that's why this is important. So there are 6 steps to successful understanding and appreciation of self and the world. And you can start writing things down or taking pictures here, because this is some sort of a guideline that you can use. So step number 1 is, who are you dealing with and what's shaping them? So it's like, who are you dealing with and what's shaping you? You have to know the individual and the context. You have to understand 3 things about the person or yourself. Your 6 human needs, your model of the world or what drives you, which are usually the top 2 6 human needs, your beliefs about what has to happen to make that work. If you don't know anything about 6 human needs or limiting beliefs or the triad, you can ask me, send me an email. I'm going to explain this to you, but I have covered this in my previous trainings. So it actually pays off to be a regular. The fourth step, to understand the environment. You have to understand the punishment and reward in which you live or your social context. Then step number 5, you have to understand the beliefs and the rules of the certain behavior and the world. And step number 6, just to understand and just to appreciate. It's very important. Just slow down and say, hey, I understand and I appreciate everything for various reasons. So these are the 6 steps. So the case study we're going to start with is Martina. She was an accounts manager. When she came to me, she was in a situation where she was experiencing high levels of anxiety, overwhelm, anger, fear, and confusion about her career. And she was wondering, why am I refused promotion over and over again? And my boss has been giving me these reasons as like I'm an emotionally volatile. But in the same time, she was afraid to make individual, indecisive decisions and to act on them. She was always hunting for her company to find somebody who's going to back her up or any decision she was making. And she was very unsuccessful in finding a job and finding a different sector. And she was saying, I cannot find any jobs here that will satisfy me. They're all too stressful. People are so toxic, and I want to move abroad to find a better job. And she said, I do not understand why recruiters are avoiding to help me with my career promotion. So she was in a very difficult solution. She was really hitting the walls everywhere. So what she understood with this process, and she started appreciating herself as somebody who is optimistic and bubbly person, and who loves human interaction, and who loves to travel and loves influencing people to change and to grow. And she loves to be feminine, and she loves harmonious relationships with like-minded people. Now, she did not see this before. She did not understand this about herself before. Now, when she did, she said, my goodness, I am working in an environment which is male-oriented. They do not appreciate feminine energy at all. If you are bubbly and optimistic in this environment, they actually mock you and they hate you and they just do not approve. So she was being somebody else for years. And when you think about it, how many hours you spend at work, you cannot pretend forever to be something that you're not. And if you start forgetting who you are, trust me, your body is going to remind you, but you starting to be ill, starting to have health problems. So start paying attention to these things. So when she discovered all of this, she said, Jesus Christ, I'm completely misaligned and I'm having wrong goals in regards to my promotion. Why do I want to get promoted in this company? And why am I chasing recruiters for the wrong kind of jobs? So she completely understood who she was, started loving who she was, and she said, I'm going to change in regards to who I am. So I want you to do this. This is a strategy for you to understand and appreciate yourself. So you can write this down or take a picture of this, because these are the questions that you can use to start gaining clarity on how to understand and appreciate yourself and the world. So ask yourself the questions. What are some of the events that have shaped your life? What do you believe about yourself and life and people? What has your life been up now? What is most important to you in life? What is the primary focus of your life? And why do you do what you do? And what are the primary emotions that drive your life? Just think about these questions and feel these questions. And I want you to just write some of the answers in a chat box for me. Just share with us, what are your thoughts? What are your feelings? What comes up for you when you're reading through these questions? It is very important to remember to understand who you are and start loving and appreciating, accepting, understanding yourself. This is a first step that leads to fulfillment and happiness, cannot be possibly avoided. So pay attention to this step. Okay, let's go further. I want you to ask yourself, were there times when you did something, got something you wanted, achieved something, and you were still unhappy? Think about that. And I'm just going to play you a feedback from Martina. What she said, I hope you'll be able to hear it. What she said at the end of our program. Oops. Sorry about that. It just happened. I don't know what happened there. But I think you heard enough. This is fine. So this is Martina at the end of our training. She has managed to get promoted, switch careers, and got aligned with a completely different sector with more money and more travel. Remember, she said you like travel. So you know what? If she could have done that, you can do it too. This is my main motto of everything. So you know about Martina. So let's go further on to the second step. Second step is a very interesting one, and it's called get leverage. So what does that really mean? So when you get leverage, this is important because when you get leverage, you can create your goals. You can defeat procrastination. You can take action on your goals and your vision, and you can live your life with purpose. So there are 4 steps to successful leverage setting. Number 1 step is to discover leverage for yourself, because not everyone is going to be motivated with getting more money. Somebody is going to be more motivated by contribution and fulfillment. So you have to understand who you are to then gain leverage on yourself, right? You have to know what's important to you. What are your points that are painful? What are your points that are pleasurable? Understand that. Discover your leverage. Second step is to create a base so that change is no longer a question, it is a must. So whatever situation you're in at, stop taking it in and reacting to it. Just understand that you have to change now and create this must for yourself. Not, oh yeah, I'm going to be a slave a little bit longer, or I'm going to suffer and sacrifice a little bit longer. No, find the leverage that is a must. And also the third step is very important. You just don't find any leverage, but you have to find the leverage that meets your needs, that meets your model of the world, that meets your beliefs, empowering beliefs. And the step number 4, that your leverage, whatever it is, must be immediate. So you have to feel the immediate pain to not changing right now, and you have to feel immediate pleasure for changing now. Otherwise, is not going to work and you're going to stay stuck wherever you are. So you have to find these 4 steps for yourself. And you cannot copy paste anyone. You can get some ideas, what are the usual pain points, but trust me, they're not going to work for you if they work for somebody else. You have to know yourself enough to find your own leverage. So let's go to the Alma's case study. So she was a quality assurance engineer, and this was a must for her. So I'm giving you some examples for her own leverage. Really scary points. We're going to start with this first. So the pain points. She was afraid that her anxiety is going to lead to depression, that her health issues will lead to burnout, and then her underperforming would lead to loss of her job. And no job was leading to death and her moving back with her parents. She was dreading all of that. She was going mad when we were working on the leverage. We mentioned this one. But there are also the pleasure points. She said, if I succeed and I make the change, I'm going to love and respect myself more. I'm going to work in a place that really inspires me, with a team that value and respect me. And that was putting a big smile on her face. And she said, I would create more money that will support my lifestyle. And I was so happy when she said that, because so many women are saying money is not important, but fulfillment is. And they're barely scraping 30 grand and they are 40 years old. And you cannot create a lifestyle in some big city on that little money. So you have to focus on monetary gain too. So when she created Alma herself, these were her, leverages. She was able to really rocket up to the change. So when you understand your own pleasure and pain leverage, which works for you, then you can spring into action effortlessly, because this is like a rocket fuel. You'll be like, if you do not scream and saying, oh my God, I have to change right now, trust me, you did not find your leverage. You will have to be so motivated with this, whatever that is for you, that you feel how this is like propelling you forward. So you have to really know yourself really well and then find the leverage that works for you. So that's why these steps are important. So this is for you to help you find your own leverage. So think about your own problem. What is the lack of confidence or visibility? You were not able to step up or speak up for yourself, or you were lost in transition of your career. You don't know your next steps. So focus on whatever that is for you right now in your career and ask yourself these questions. If you do not change this, what will it mean if you don't change this, what will this cost you? What will it really cost you if this doesn't change now? Go as deep as you can, the worst possible scenario. And then ask yourself, what is missing? And why do I want all that? And ask yourself, how has that example we have, this procrastination, been working for you? Or how has that lack of confidence been working for you? Or how has that lack of ability to step up and speak up for yourself been working for you? And ask yourself, who will this pattern or behavior hurt? And what would you like to feel instead? And start doing this and share some of your, findings with us in the chat box. But I want you to do this. Answer every single question and find the leverage that really hurts and find the leverage that really brings fulfillment and happiness for you. Whatever that is for you. You can even share it here. Maybe something new that you didn't even know. So this is how to do the leverage. And I want you to ask yourself, were there times when you knew you must do something and you procrastinated? And this is Alma's answer after we finished. She said, I'm a leader. I am taking charge. I'm initiating projects. My boss respects me. The dynamics have shifted between us and our relationship is calmer and better. When I stated I had no confidence, I was anxious, uneasy, snappy, and frustrated with my work and work colleagues. Now I'm experiencing positive energy and I'm feeling elated and courageous. I'm feeling empowered by all these positive changes within me. And I'm able to recognize other person's position, so I became closer to people I am working with. I was too controlled before and closed off. And this level of closeness is refreshing, and I'm happier, involved, and having a bigger picture. So if Alma could have done it, you can do it too. Woohoo! Okay, so let's go to the next step, which is step number 4, redefine the problem. So let's go and find out, what does that really mean? So why is this important to know? Why is it important to redefine the problem? So basically, it's important because you're going to gain clarity of what is the true cause of your troubles. And you will know exact strategy that solves the problem, and you will take an informed action to solving this problem. So that's why this is important. And there are 6 ways to redefining the problem. And stay with me because I'm going to explain in detail how we did it in a case study. So step number 1 is to determine the outcome of this problem. Whatever the problem is, what's the outcome? Decipher the code of motive and meaning behind this problem. Define what's lost. What need or feeling needs to be restored in regards to this? And start looking for leverage. See, leverage comes into play. So can you see how all of these steps are building on top of each other towards the solution? Step number 5 is look for what is really stopping you, not what you think is stopping you. Now, this is where you will discover what to redefine about this problem. And step number 6 is really important. You have to stop pursuing the strategy and you have to start fulfilling your needs. We're going to go into that later. So let's go and find out, how did Agnes defeat her problem? Now, she came to me and she said, okay, Anna, I'm having a lack of confidence and I can't get promoted because of that. And I also lack qualifications to switch to careers. And I really am afraid of starting all over again because of this, because of that, less money or junior position, whatever it is. However, these were not problems. These were the symptoms. And these were the symptoms of a real problem. And that was that she had a limiting belief called, if I try, I will fail, embedded deep into her subconscious. That is the real problem. So how did we solve it? So there are 5 steps to successful treatment of limiting beliefs. Step number 1 is to discover the origin. Step number 2, delete the limiting belief. Step number 3, create a new empowering belief. Step number 4, create the new goal for yourself. And step number 5, take action aligned with 6 human needs and your new triad, which I'm going to explain later. So I want you to do this, to start redefining your old problem. So whatever the problem you brought to this training with, think about it and think about this and start answering these questions. What is really stopping you? What is specifically that you want? What needs are you trying to fulfill? And what are the primary sources of stress in your life? And what sent you on this emotional train? Think about these questions. And this is what Agnes said after we finished with our program. She said, my work and life was out of balance. As I'm doing events, I'm working overtime constantly. I'm also sitting on 3 different committees where the meetings are always out of office hours. My work is quite specific, and if I don't do it, no one else will. I was constantly turning off invites for social gathering as I always felt tired. I went to Anna's intro session and I instantly felt that we can relate to each other. After the 3rd session, I had a strong feeling of I deserve this and I will go for it. And I'm absolutely certain that I will achieve my goals. I am very determined and no one will stop me. And within weeks, the results spoke to themselves. I feel that Anna's program didn't just improve my work life, but my private life too, because I don't waste my time with people who are negative and want to hold me back. I'm very much aware where I am in life right now, in transition. It is very exciting. When we first started the session, I told you how much I want to travel the world, both with work and pleasure. And in a matter of weeks, I've done both and will continue to do so. So she has managed to work up the ladder, and she got a change of job title and having an assistant. She was very happy with these results. So the main benefits of applying these steps that we just mentioned is that first one is understand and appreciate your world. You will experience accepting and loving yourself and having a life of meaning. When you understand leverage, you will get ready to turning your vision and ideas into action. And next time, when you redefine the problem, you will never have to worry about lack of clarity about your next career steps. So the potential challenges you may have when implementing this that I've just gave you. First one is, if you're doing it alone without guidance, will you get optimal results? Second is, will you have the accountability that you need? And third, would it be easier, faster, and less stressful to have tools and systems given to you? So if you're someone that believes in having more step-by-step guidance, career brainstorming, tools and strategies to overcome obstacles, then, stay put, and I'm going to give you all of this right now. So this exact system I used on my clients and myself. Is called Power to Promotion program. And you use this program to become the best and confident version of yourself, to have the skills and tools to get promoted in any job. And you have clarity on the next career steps. And you influence your team and other people with ease, because you can't influence anyone unless you can influence yourself first. I hope you know that. That is true. And you will have confidence to negotiate exactly what you want and what you deserve. And what is the result that you get with this one? So this is a 9-week one-to-one coaching program called Power to Promotion. And I will walk you through the exact system to get promoted, even if you lack confidence, and will help you implement this step by step. So how does this work? So in week 1, we will go through this first one, understand and appreciate self and the world step. In week 3, which is a second call, you will get leverage and you will interrupt destructive patterns. So we get like 2 things with one call. In a week 5, which is like, you can tell there's like week 1, 3, and 5, they're building on each other. There's like a space between them when you're going to be doing things and going through the processes. They're going to be building you and strengthening you week by week. So in week 5, you will redefine the problem and access the empowering resources for yourself. There's going to be huge change here in the week 5. And in week 7, you will make the change and condition new thoughts, emotions, and actions. And in week 9, we will test and check for ecology. Who have you become? Are you best self? And we're going to adapt new goals and strategies for the next 6 to 12 months so you can do yourself. So how does it work in more detail? In week 1, you will achieve total emotional control so you can be at your most energized and resourceful in any situation, at work and at home. And you will get a list of resources to read or buy or get to start you off fast in the right development direction. In week 3, you will get work confidence and you will start turning your vision and ideas into action and applying for better positions if that's what you want. And you will get, number 1, strategy to use anytime to help you get unstuck and beat procrastination. And in week 5, you will start becoming a strong leader. and you will have the upper management listen to your ideas. And you will get a method to help you get certainty on your career and life goals. In week 7, you will find yourself conditioning new thoughts, emotions, and decisions so you ensure these positive changes will continue in the future. And also you will get a set of tools to get clarity on being your best self. And how does this work? On week 9, you will get a new way to plan ahead. It's a really, really interesting way to plan ahead 6 to 12 months of your life so that you have firm structure and the roadmap to your dream career and life goals. So these are some of the people who have finished this program. Louise, who's a consultant, says, I am at the peak of my career. So much happened to me since we last spoke, all positive. I really feel that I'm at the peak of my career and that I have endless opportunities. And your program helped me to realize this. And Susie, who's director, said, I set a goal and achieved this 3 months early. I have never properly sat down and thought about myself and what I enjoyed doing and what I was good at, what I wanted to do. I lacked focus and battled on doing tasks I didn't want to do and was not good at and felt bad that I wasn't doing them properly. After 3 sessions, I saw results when I got over the self-consciousness and I started to enjoy working on myself. I set a goal to rid myself of the dreaded social media work I had to do for September and achieved this 3 months early. I am buzzing with excitement about my long-term goal of community living with interesting, fun people and having some hands to look after. And I'm going to throw in some bonus tools and resources for you as well, just this month. The first one is a really interesting one. It's called the Breakthrough Results Formula, which is value 199. And this is so good for you because it is like an online module that has 12 steps that easily reveals the core of your problem. Because if you cannot redefine your problem, it will redefine it for you. And it will give you fast breakthrough results. And it will give you one action step that solves the problem. So it's like sort of self-contained tool that you can use over and over again to solve any problem within the next 24 hours because it gives you direct task for you to do. This is really, really, really valuable. So say yes if this will be valuable to you. I want to know. If you don't like it, I'm going to throw in something else that you might want, more than this. So just tell me in the chat box. And also, I have something that I've created myself, inspired by somebody called Leonie Dawson and her to-do list, which was really pretty. And it's something cute, and it's called My Top 3 Tasks To-Do List, because lots of us are doing so many things and getting so much done and yet still overwhelmed and not satisfied at the end of the day and at the end of the working day. So this Top 3 Tasks To-Do List is going to make sure that you get happy with your work day at the end of the day. So this top 3 task has 3 questions that you ask yourself at the beginning of each working day. Number 1 is, what am I currently doing and committing to right now? Second question is this what am I supposed to be doing? And the third is very important. Ask yourself at the beginning of each day, at the end of my day, if I do this particular task, am I going to be truly satisfied with my day? So this little notebook, I think it's got like whole year worth of tasks and pages that you can fill in. So I think it's like a really, really useful for somebody who wants to organize their day. Let me know if you like this in the chat box or you would like something else as a bonus. Another one, there's a bonus even access to me, which is valued 250. You can ask me anything that comes like in between sessions. In between sessions, you have like 2 weeks of development. Then email me and we're going to talk. And if you have some kind of emergency, like 3 of my clients did, you can just message me. And this is value of 450 and we can solve your problem like on the spot. So let me know if these bonuses would be valuable for you to have. Just tell me in the chat box what you like and what you don't like, what would not be useful for you. So I can change and throw in something else. So let's recap everything you're getting with this program. So the 5 coaching calls in 9 weeks, value 1750. The bonus 1 is Breakthrough Results Formula of value 199. The bonus 2 is 3 tasks to-do list, which has value of 10. Bonus email access to me, value 250. Bonus messenger access for when you have to have the answer to your burning question right now, value 450. So total value is 2,659. So the Power to Promotion program is worth $2,659, but because I know that many of you have never had a coach and you're doing the leap of faith in regards to this 9-week program is on offer for only $1,050, which is 60% off. Isn't that great? So the payment options are still there, available. The payment plan is 3 installments of $365, or you can just pay the full amount and save $45. And how to get it? So if you want to get promotion and clarity on your next steps and confidence and results, you should invest in this Power Promotion program right now. And it's only $1,050 for a limited time, and you can get started by enrolling. And the spaces are limited due to the intimate nature of one-to-one coaching, and I'm taking only 4 clients, I'm afraid. And the price is going up next month when I fill up this program this month. And you know what? This is a no-risk decision, because if you don't like the program when you roll in, you have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you want to be the best confident version of yourself, have the skills and tools to get promoted in any job, get clarity on your next career steps, influence your team with ease, have confidence to negotiate exactly what you want and what you deserve in the next 90 days, then you know what? Sign up to my free clarity call. And because, believe it or not, I'm absolutely fully booked this month. I don't have any space at all. But if you want a free clarity call with me to talk about your own personal problem, to see if you're aligned with the program or not, and still get some clarity on what's really your problem and how to solve it, then this is my email. I'm going to put it in the chat box so you can also just copy paste it. And after I do, I'm going to open up some space for questions. Let me just find the chat. Thank you for all of your answers. So this is my email. If you want to organize the free clarity call with me, I just put it into a chat box. So it's a.l.riversby@gmail.com. It's my personal email that you can use. And just reach out to me, and I'm going to give you some like special treatment. So there's a contemplation, the cost of not investing. Basically, like as everybody, you have 2 options here today. You either choose to keep going this alone, doing what you've always done, and getting the lack of clarity, lack of confidence, lack of visibility, and no money as a result. Or we can work together, follow my proven plan, and join other high achievers in getting the promotion and fulfillment and purpose. So just think about it. Which one do you want? And now there's a Q&A time. So I want you to start writing some questions in the chat box. Or perhaps if I know how to do that, I will unmute everyone so we can chat. Okay, let me just click into unmute all if I know. Okay, I'm muting everybody now. So everybody can chat. And also I'm opening the chat box so I can see what you're writing. Okay. All right, so ladies, I'm going to be unmuting everyone. If I know how to use this program, that'd be great. Oh, I cannot unmute some of you ladies. So if you want to ask me a question, just type into the chat box any questions that you may have. You cannot speak to me. Okay. Oh, there was somebody who was not able to hear me. Okay. It seems to me that there was some sound issues here. Okay, maybe some of you cannot hear me, so okay. But you can write things down. Let me just put this into. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad. Some of you have managed to get the sound back. Okay, that's great. So I have somebody called GJ. So it's Galaxy, right? Okay, I'm glad you managed to get your sound back. Yeah, it seems to me that a few people had some problems here. Yeah, Serena had, Divya had a problem. I think there was like a general lack of sound. Was that all the way through, ladies, or was it just occasionally? Ah, it was your phone. Oh, okay. All right, thank you. Okay. Ah, okay. You could not hear the video that was playing in between. Ah, okay. Thank you for saying that. Right. Okay. Ah, okay. So thank you. That was the first time I was playing the video on the presentation. So maybe it's something technical that I need to discuss with the team. Sorry about that. Maybe I should have put like a written version on that as well, so you can read if there was no sound. Okay, so hopefully you were able to hear most of the presentation. Yeah. So would you have any questions for me? You can write it down, and or you can speak up, because I actually unmuted most of you, so. I like that. Yes, it was exciting. Thank you. What was the most exciting thing for you? Okay. So I'm waiting for some answers to come. Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, so thank you for sharing that. So realizing that it requires action to wake up from all that stress, definitely. Personal decision, definitely. Definitely. Okay, so you could identify with all the problem statements. Yeah. And you know what? You trust me when I tell you, you're not alone. Because more than like 99.9 people who come on a call with me have almost identical problems. So I basically just summed them up, and I said, okay, these are the three most prevalent problems that are torturing women in management these days. Yes, taking responsibility for the quality of our life. And you know what? The life that I'm living right now, if you asked me this years ago when I was still employed, I would tell you, no, it's not possible. I had so little love and faith and trust in myself and my abilities. It was scary. In the same time, there was a conflict of me thinking that I am a confident person. So there was a really conflict there, hidden, and I was blindsided when all the problems hit me, like health issues. Yes, important to act. So tell me, what are you going to do to act, to create the life that you want to have, with the qualities that you want to have in your life? Yes, I've got DA saying, I always feel that I have to find the solutions myself. So still not sure how to take this forward. Well, I say, if you're not sure how to take this forward, you need a little bit of a clarity on that. So send me an email. I sent an email here in this thread. I don't know if you can see it. And let's schedule some free sessions with me or one of my team, so they can help you. I can help you if I get the time, if I'm not fully booked again. So I can help you with this. Brilliant. So take it, email me and say, this is it. This is my challenge today. And we'll see what we can do for you. You're welcome. Galaxy J3 Pro. Wonderful. I love this. Responsibility for equality of a life. It's important to act, definitely, before you're blindsided with anything. Excellent, ladies. I think that's it for today. So if you're in London, please pop in next week. We have a live event in London. It's going to be a group of amazing rocking women at the live event in Waterloo. And if you're not, then just stay put. We're going to have another training probably in September, because the month of August is my month off. I'm going trotting around the globe. So like, stay tuned, and if you need to talk to me in between, just email me with the email that I just left to you in the chat box. And you know what? Until we see each other and speak with each other next, be kind, be brave, and create the world that you would love to live in. Mwah. Bye, ladies.